jump in before I get to the rocks because I'm here in just walking through Circular Quay. I'm just going to spin around so you can see where I am and look at the views. Look at that. Now, you can't beat that. I don't know about that music going on in the background. I'm allowed to do that. But there's the bridge. I've got this huge boat in at the moment, and of course I'll just walk over here a bit. Once we get past this ferry, there's the ferries. Look at that, Opera House. Is there a better city in the world? Look at that. Stunning day, about 26 degrees. Yes, I'm your weather forecast man again. And oh wow, what a day to drink beer. Look at that view. That's why you moved to Sydney. What a city. Isn't that amazing? Wow. Okay, there's too much music around here. Okay, I'm back to myself. Right, sorry Mick, I'm coming. I'm being hurried along here. Let's get up and get some beer in us. There's the man. So yeah, just heading up to the Mercantile now. We're probably about 3-minute walk. I'll jump back in. Alrighty, just jumping back in again quickly. We're just walking up through the rocks now. Here's some of the pubs that very disappointingly hasn't reopened since COVID. It was one of the oldest pubs around here. Actually, I think it says that, doesn't it? The Observer Hotel. Keeps saying it's going to reopen, but I don't think so. Anyway, yeah, 2026. Well, guys, we're running out of time. Great pub, though. So this is the rocks. You can see there's the Harbour Bridge again. Never get bored of seeing that, do you? And just up here, we'll go through the Rocks markets, which is absolutely jam-packed a bit, especially on a day like today. Good man. I'm shoving the camera in people's face. So yeah, we'll just wander up and around this corner is the pub, the Mercantile. So there we go. There's the Rocks markets. Great little afternoon if you come out, especially when you get weather like this. Just come out, hang out, check out all the wares. There you go. Fantastic. Now I'm going to stop shoving this camera in people's faces. I'm going to get me a beer, and we'll jump back in. We're going to go to the rooftop, so jump back in when we get onto the rooftop. See you soon. Okay, I'm back again. Be quiet! So the boys are just sitting over there. I'm going to try and concentrate. We'll do a very quick review of the beer. So it's the Mercantile. It's an Irish pub. What do you get? What do you get, Ryan? You get a Guinness. You get a Guinness. All right, so here we go. Now the boy, oh, did you? Right. The boy behind the bar is Irish, and he told me that it's drinkable. So let's see how drinkable it is. Nate, you want the split in the G? I'm not very good at that, but we'll give it a go. Way overshot. I will say I'm bloody thirsty. I've been desperate for that beer for the last 3 hours, so we'll take that. But very that's actually very flavoursome. That's quite nice. It's got a lot of coffee roast flavour to it, which is not normal for a Guinness, I suppose, but it's pretty good. So yeah, there you go. Good start. Well done. Mercantile just reopened after about 2.5 years of being closed. They've put in the rooftop bar, which I'm going to take you for a wee walk around in a second. And downstairs has been done up very well as well. Craft beer is bloody expensive. I think it was $15 for a pint, but there you go. That's what you pay to be in this area, but I'm going to show you now why you're probably paying this price. Yes, don't you? Do you know what? That is nice and cold and very enjoyable. Let's have a look. Okay. Egypt's. You're not getting paid for that. Okay, so look at that. Let's step over here for a second. And there it is. There's the bridge. There's a big chimney stack. Sun splitting the trees, but it's the middle of the day, so we are getting roasted. Hence the reason why I have the big silly hat on my head. Let's have a wee look over the edge. And there's the markets down below us. And there's the bridge. Unbelievable. Look at that sky. There's the top of your boat and the rest of the city. So look, I'm not going to wander around and shove this camera in people's faces, so we'll shove it in mine instead. And we'll say, there you go, I have the Guinness. That's not bad. Honestly, I'm so hot and thirsty, I would drink anything at this time, but that's quite enjoyable. Might stay on the Guinness, might try one of the other beers, maybe I'll try something different and we'll put the video back on and have another go. But anyway, for now, Slainte, and I'll be back. All right, and we're back. Holy crap, right there, well that was 4 pints of Guinness in there. There it is in the background if you can see. What a great pub, had a lot of fun there. Yeah, whew. So we stayed on there a bit too long, which is not shocking. So we're on to the next pub, and we're only one more pub. We're skipping Endeavour, and we're going straight to Flight Club because we're worried about our throwing arms. It may well get too messy. But yeah, good venue. Highly recommend you check it out. Look, it's an institute here in Sydney. Was closed for a few years, probably planning permission and all that sort of stuff to fix up a heritage building. But definitely recommend you check it out. Anyway, let's move on, leaving the rocks. I'm just going to switch around, I'll show you a little bit more. I'm going to head down to Flight Club. And hopefully, there you go, look at that blue sky. God, I love it here in Sydney. There is the markets. Oh, sorry. And there's a lot of people, as you can gather. Yeah, honestly, come and check it out. Come and check out the rocks. It is well worth being around here, especially in this sort of weather. And there's so many pubs you'll see, like around this corner. There used to be a pub there at Rawson. Is that open? It doesn't look open, but yeah, there's a lot of pubs. So we'll go down here and I'll try and show you a little bit more. Probably have about another 6 or 7 minute walk to the next pub. So I'm not going to record the whole way, but there's the Observer, boys are down there, and all along here you've got pubs, and there you can see, if you look down where the umbrellas are, more pubs, restaurants. What a great area, really historical, lots of good sort of interesting places to come and check out in this area. Anyway, enough jibber jabber from me, 4 pints in, that's a bit too much. Let's move on and let's get to Flight Club. See how I go. Right, I'm just quickly jumping back in here. Why? Because of that pub there. If you are in Sydney, it is worth checking out, especially if you're down around here. Let's see if I can go out onto the road. Don't get run over, Dino. There you go. Harts Pub, an absolute institute, worth checking out. There is the slow boys coming up the hill. They're too slow for me, I was way ahead of them. We're crossing over here and we are basically at Flight Club, it's just up here. Now this here is pretty much at Wynyard Station, so literally you come out of Wynyard, walk about 5 minutes and you're there. It looks like it's quite busy, it looks like there's quite a few people up around here. So let's see. This could, I don't know how the filming's going to go in here, but we'll give it a go. All right, well, I don't know if you can hear me, it's bloody noisy in here. This is the Balter Hazy IPA. We're not getting to play darts. There's what it looks like. That's what the place looks like. So there you go. It's really cool. Cool setup. But you had the book. So Mick, well done, you didn't book. Anyway, Slainte. That's a hazy IPA from Balter, and I've had it before and it is top notch. Oh yeah. Now, in case you can't hear me and I have to do a bit of a chat outside, I'll do a bit of a chat outside. But I've got the microphone on, we'll see how we go. What a cracking beer. Now, as you know, I love my hazy IPAs, so I'm going to love this beer. I've already had it. They've gone a bit commercial. I'll probably put a little bit more information in about Balter, but they were owned by Mick Fanning, the surfer, and he has sold it up, but and why not? Why wouldn't he? He got a big offer, he sold out, and he did a cracking beer before he left. So well done, Mick. Thanks for the beer, Slainte, and let's get into it. Okay, and we're back. I try not to get all the music in there. So we have decided to move on because A, they wouldn't let us play darts, but that's fine. They wouldn't let us play darts because we didn't book. And B, it was very expensive. Nath?
Extortion.
Nath is not having it. He's like, let's get out of here. This place is a rip-off. I think it was $16 a pint. Look, I had the, if you couldn't hear me in there, I'll probably voice over that because it was very noisy in there. But look, I had the Balter Hazy IPA, which is a cracking beer. If you haven't had that, top notch, really enjoyable. How much was it, Nath?
$66.
$66 for 4 pints. He's disgusted. But look, man, we're in the rocks.
The glass wasn't very chilled.
He didn't like the glass. He's not happy. He's not happy about it at all. So we've left. We were going to make that the last pub, but the way it's turned out, we're not. We're going to go down to Harts here and have a couple of pints in there, I would assume. Now, Harts was the one that, funnily enough, I actually showed you just before I headed in there, that is a must go to if you come down around the rocks, because it is. No, we're not getting in there. Let's see if we can cross over here. Can we cross? Jesus, the sun's blinding. Another stunning day. There it is up there. We're going to wander up to it if Nath doesn't get out of the way. But Harts, yes, top notch. Used to brew its own. I don't think they've got any of their own beers in there anymore. But a cracking pub. Anyway, wow, what a day. Look at this building here as well. What a stunning city. It really is, like, as much as I don't really like skyscrapers, it's a stunning city. And highly recommended to come down around the rocks. Check out all the pubs that you can. But really, look, you're going to pay through the bum. Because that's just what it is. You're right there, you're right beside the Opera House, the bridge, everything. And there's Nath charging up those steps. I don't know why he's going up that way, it's the other way. But there it is, Harts. I'm going to pop in there in a second. I might chuck on the camera. I'm sure it'll be a lot quieter. It's going to be a lot quieter in there than it was just a minute ago. Get a couple of beers, do a bit of a quick review. All right, we'll be back in a minute. Alrighty. Okay, so how do you know that you've had too much to drink? Well, you could have had your microphone in your pocket. We'll check what the footage came out like before. But I was like, where's the microphone? I'll go and put it away. It's in my pocket. Might have been a very muffled experience. Let's try again. As you can see, I've had a few slugs of this beer. This is the Pickled Monkey Hefeweizen. What I was saying was I wasn't 100% sure whether this was a Belgian Weizen or a German Weizen. It's hard to tell. It's got that almost soury sort of aroma off it, almost like with the Belgians, they've got what do you call that stuff that I hate? I'll put the name in. I hate this. Forgotten it. I'll come up with it. Anyway, it's not bad. I'm wondering if my home brew is going to be better than that, and I think it will be. And yes, you haven't voted for me to do a review, but you know what? It's my channel and I don't care. I'm going to review it. So I'm going to get a German beer. We'll put it down beside it. Maybe I'll get a Belgian wheat as well, and we'll see what it's similar to. And we'll go from there. But anyway, not a bad beer. As you can see, I'm halfway through. The boys haven't made it yet. I don't know where they are. But what a beautiful outdoor setting. Bit of a built-in site beside me, but as I was saying before, it was it's always a bit of a built-in site here, so it must just stay as a built-in site. Anyway, let me just show you in a second. It's not a bad beer. It's very refreshing in this sort of weather. There we go. Let's hold her up there. Yeah, not too bad. Very light, as you can see. It's a very light-looking beer. But there is the beer garden behind me. There is an entrance in and out, and I think over there as well, but I don't. There's people behind me, so I won't do it. And there's that sort of built-in site that I always think it's kind of been there. More tables here, as you can see. And yet again, the beautiful Sydney skyline and that beautiful sky. Wow. Anyway, don't know where the boys are. Maybe they've stayed downstairs and said, screw Dean. He can sit by himself, whatever. I'm happy enough. As long as I have a beer, I'm happy. Slainte, we'll jump back in soon. Hey, no, your eyes do not deceive you. It is the sun, and it ain't last night. I've skipped on to the next day. I've had a look through the videos from last night, and you know, I've cut it off where you've seen up to, and that was getting messy, but it gets worse. So yeah, we'll keep Drunk Dean off here. I'll just give you a quick recap and finish up. So yeah, yesterday was a fantastic day. I would like to say thanks to the boys for persevering as always with my idiocy with the camera. Look, we had a lot of fun. We went to the Mercantile, and up on that rooftop bar was great, but it was a bit hot. It was the middle of the day and we were getting roasted, so we had to move inside. But 4 Guinnesses in there also didn't help and set us off down a slippy slope, I think. But next place then, we skipped Endeavour altogether and went straight to Flight Club because we thought now's the time to go and play a bit of darts. But lesson learnt, you don't get a dartboard unless you book. So place was packed. Very expensive in there, but I suppose the whole of the Rocks is very expensive. But still, not a bad pub, and I had a good beer in there. But we decided to move on and go to one of my favourites, and I think I probably slobbered enough about it last night, going to Harts. Harts is great, got a lot of different craft beers as options there. And again, look, you don't ask how much the pints are because I'm sure you wouldn't be too happy, but had some cracking beers and even tried to review them all. I think that was the end of me. But look, we'll leave it. I hope you enjoyed the video. It was a lot of fun yesterday, and I can highly recommend going to any of the pubs in the Rocks. You've got a million of them. There's lots of good eateries there, and of course the scenery is second to none in this world. So you got to get down to that harbour and check it out. Anyway, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Put in some comments. What pubs would you have gone to in the Rocks? There was loads more I would have went to, but you didn't want to see the state of me then. Yeah, let's get a bit of a conversation going. So I'm going to leave it. We'll do a Slainte and a Slán. Take care.